My name is Roman. I'm AWS architect at ThinkPort. ThinkPort is cloud consulting for German enterprises with startup mindset. So we regularly publish different kind of content regarding AWS and new cloud experience. If you're interested, please subscribe and leave your comments below. So today we're going to talk about temporary AWS accounts, why you would need them, what problems are associated with it, and how to solve them. So why should we even talk about temporary AWS accounts? Well, because there are no temporary accounts. AWS doesn't support it at all. And even deleting existing accounts is pretty painful. So we have AWS Organizations, a nice service which allows you to create in a couple of clicks new accounts, group them, arrange them into new organization accounts, apply common rules across different accounts, and everything is fine until you decide to delete one of them. So first of all, never use any temporary emails or emails that you don't own actually. Then you won't be able to delete this account at all, so only with help of support. But do we really need these temporary accounts, or let's say accounts that we can purge completely periodically? Sure we do, and the first reason is sandboxes. You might want to have such kind of sandbox accounts and let your users to create different kind of temporary resources and be able to delete them automatically after some period of time. So not being sufficiently charged for resources that you don't need. So we as ThinkPort also have such kind of account to test things having administrator permissions, because usually you don't have such possibilities on the client side. Or for example, the leading cloud learning platform Cloud Guru has a possibility to test their labs on such a sandbox account. How can we manage something like that? So as I said, AWS doesn't support it natively, so unfortunately there are no perfect solutions for that. But we have a couple of working workarounds. The first one is AWS Nuke. AWS Nuke is an open source tool written in Go, which allows you to delete more than 300 types of resources, which is of course not the full list of existing services, but includes most important of them. The thing is that usually you don't need to delete everything, so you probably might want to leave some IAM groups, policies, or maybe some service lambdas. So with Nuke, you can filter either entire types of resources or by its properties using regular expressions or exact match. But be aware that you have only a restricted amount of resource properties and not for all of the resource types. So in our case, we would need to keep some resources for the period of testing them, for example, 2 weeks, and then delete them automatically. That would be easy to accomplish using CloudFormation stacks, but writing CloudFormation for testing purposes takes too much effort. So we decided to introduce so-called TTL tags. So everyone can explicitly say, I want this resource till that certain date, and define it as a tag. So let's see how we can implement that with AWS Nuke. Unfortunately, there are no global filters for all the resources. We thought maybe to fork the library and implement such a global filter, but as I said, the properties are not that stable and unique across all the resource types. So we just wrote a small script which generates our config with all the supported resource types, with filter type date older than and TTL tag. Now the config looks like this. So you can see all the resource types will be filtered if TTL tag is younger than our certain date. So you might have a couple of problems with purging your accounts. For example, we had a CloudTrail activated for our account, hence we had a lot of logs in our S3 bucket. So AWS Nuke tries to delete first all the objects, because you cannot delete the entire bucket completely if it's not empty. But deleting millions of objects can take too much time, and your tool will be hanging like weeks. Nuke works in multiple threads, so you cannot even notice that the tool hangs only because of deleting some S3 files in one of the threads. So you can, for example, set up your lifecycle policy for such kind of S3 buckets. You also can pack your Nuke into the Lambda, but make sure that the job will be done within maximum timeout for your Lambda. It's of course a very dangerous tool, so make sure that you understand what you're doing. So that's it for today. I hope it was helpful. Please leave in the comments below which topics you would like to know more about, and see you next time.